All right, welcome everyone. Thank you for joining the call tonight. It's straight up 9 o'clock. We're gonna go ahead and get started. The information tonight, like I said, is going to be amazing. It's going to be some things that you may have heard of, may not have, but we're going to hopefully blow your mind. The presenter tonight is a good friend of mine. I've been knowing him for a few years now. I saw this idea about 2 years ago, and it's been an amazing ride, amazing journey for me. And the gentleman that I'll be presenting is my friend, my mentor. He's helped me in so many ways, financially. He's helped me spiritually. He's helped me emotionally. He's helped me in my marriage, helped me in my rearing of my children. And speaking of children, I would honestly leave my children with him. I trust him that much. He is a wonderful guy. He's a loving father and a dad, a husband, and a pastor. But more than that, he's a good friend. And so tonight, Abdul, are you on?
Yes, sir. I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Awesome.
Go ahead and take it away.
All right. All right. So listen, guys, thank you so much for being on the call. Cardio, thank you for that warm introduction and those kind words. And, brother, I appreciate you immensely. Thank you for all of your heart and your leadership as well. So you guys, like the Cardio said, my name is Abdul Muhammad. I am from the sprawling metropolis of Ames, Iowa. That's where I live right now. So, but I'm actually from Kansas City, Missouri, born and bred. And so I saw the information that you guys are about to see in much the same way that you got invited to it. Okay. So about 6 years ago, I got a call from a really good friend of mine that I've known about 20 or 20 plus years. And he gave me a call at 10:30 on a Sunday night, and I figured I better go check and see what was going on because he typically is in bed by the time he called me at 10:30 or so. He's already asleep normally. So I figured it must have been important. So I better go check it out. So listen, and when he showed me, I was kind of, I went over there because it was my friend, but then I was also kind of, okay, so what's Steve got up his sleeve now? Because, I know my friend's an idea guy. And so he showed me an idea that to me, when I understood what the idea was, I literally could not sleep. And so my background is most of my career has been kind of in this social work, combination of social work and business. And so when I saw it, I was doing social work. I was managing a couple of county offices for the state and supervising social workers. And my wife also being in the family services business as well, both of us were just the kind of people that are a lot like you guys on this call. We are just hardworking people, and we want to kind of make a difference and contribute. But where for us, what was happening is, for us being, two social workers, we are working a ton because we're working with families most of the time in the evenings and that kind of thing. And we were in a situation where with us and our 4 kids and just normal life happening and soccer practice and dance and all these other things, we were just busy, and so we were also too busy and had too many things going on bill wise that we weren't able to do a lot of the fun stuff that we wanted to do. And so what my friend essentially asked me is the question I'm going to ask you guys. And that question is this: do you have a bucket list? Do you have things that you have on a list that you want to check off, things you want to do, things you want to accomplish, places you want to go? And for most of us, that answer is yes. All right. And so what I'm going to show you guys tonight is something that is going to help you literally cross off your bucket list on your current budget. And then my friend asked me this question. He said, listen, are you where you want to be financially? And are you getting the results for all the hard work that you're putting in? And the answer for me at the time was no. And so my friend told me that he's going to show me something that's worth getting good at, financially speaking. And so that's what I'm going to show you guys tonight. I'm going to show you 2 things. 1, how to cross off your bucket list on your current budget. And 2, how to get good at something worth getting good at, financially speaking. And so when I saw this idea, the idea is about vacations. Okay, so when I saw this idea, um, I was blown away because of a bucket list that we wanted to do. The picture you see there, that's a picture of me and my wife Jean, and we have been together for 20 years, 21 years, I think. I don't want to get it wrong because she might put me in a headlock or something. But my wife and I have been together for a lot of, for 20 plus years. We have four beautiful children, and because of those children and because of the things that we were doing in life, we didn't get to take a vacation like this before this idea. And so the picture you see there with my wife smiling, that's because I got to be the hero. All right. So my wife wanted to go on a honeymoon, and our honeymoon was to fantastic Galveston Island. The water was brown. It was kind of a fun trip, but the water was brown. It was cold. They evacuated the island. It was all bad. So I wanted to get my wife somewhere because she loves the ocean, or she loves outdoors. She loves just being out in nature. And so I wanted to get my wife on a trip of a lifetime. And I was able to do it through this idea that you see. And so that's her being happy. She's a little sunburned, but there's also tears back there because she was so incredibly happy at the experience that we had. And we had a 5-night Caribbean vacation, and we had a private party. We had a private excursion. This is on a private island in a private resort in Cozumel, where there was just a few of us people that were part of this idea. And so guys, this is going to be a game-changing idea for you. But let me ask you a question. Okay, so when you book travel and plan vacations and all this kind of stuff, what kind of problems have you come up against? Okay, so because some of the problems that my wife and I came up against, like a lot of you guys, is a lot of places are, especially for 4 children, ridiculously expensive. And so you end up settling for what I call a grandparentcation. You take some time off work, you either stay home and have a staycation, or you maybe go to your grandparents' house and sleep on the couch, sleep on the floor, and that kind of thing. And so that's cool, but I wanted something else. Okay, so when we do these things, we have this thing that I call the old nightmare of travel, and I'm gonna show you what that is. So here's the old nightmare. The old nightmare is you spending a lot of hours going through 2, 3, 4, 5 sites to book a trip and have a good deal. And then when you do that, one of the first questions in your head is it going to be what I paid for? And very often you're going to find that, and you have found probably, where your expectations didn't match the reality of what you paid for. And then the time you book your trip, you're also thinking, man, is this going to be a great experience? And lastly, you're thinking, is it going to be the best deal? Dave Ramsey, I think it was said that the best vacations don't follow you home. And so, for a lot of people, when they've taken trips and vacations, they come home and they're still living with that vacation through their credit card bill months, if not years later. And so we wanted to solve that problem. Okay. And so let me show you that old way, with that old kind of nightmare, if you will. If you wanted to scour the internet and you wanted to put together a trip to Orlando, Florida, the old way, say you go to the Gaylord Palms, beautiful vacation property down there, 3 days is going to cost you about $846. Okay, Disney Park Hopper Pass about $310 for 2 people. You got a breakfast buffet there. You got an airboat tour. All of a sudden, you're now at about $1,500. You're about $1,500 on that trip if you book it the old way, where you're putting together everything yourself a la carte. All right. Now we have the new way of bundling a trip and having this exact trip cost you about $538. All right. So let me show you another one. New York, La Parca Meridian Hotel, beautiful hotel down in Manhattan, right across the street from Central Park, just blocks away from Times Square and Broadway. At the time we did this search, this hotel for 3 nights was $2,100. Let's say you're a value shopper, so you want to shop and look online for all these things. You're going to find Statue of Liberty lunch cruise, Chicago theater tickets on Broadway, breakfast buffet, ticket to the Metropolitan Museum of Art, a hotel credit. You all of a sudden, the best deal you can get is about $2,800. At the time we conducted this search, that was the best we can find for all of those things. Now, in this new way, we can bundle this and save you from doing it a la carte and it's going to cost you $538. So when I saw that, I had two questions. One, is this real? And two, how in the world did you get those prices? Okay. And then here's another question. If those prices are true, would you abandon the old way? And I got to believe that you would, because a lot of people have, and more do every day. And so our company introduced this idea of leveraged buying, just like you do at big box wholesalers. And so only we did it with vacations, and we call that idea dream trips. All right. And what dream trips are is they are stress-free vacations on your current budget. We've been in business, guys, about a little over 10 years, about 10 and a half years now. We're in 27 plus countries and growing. And what dream trips are is unique vacations at fantastic prices with wonderful service, curated content, and a bunch of other things included. Okay, so let me give you an example. Here's how we get the prices. Let's say you go to Sam's Club or Walmart. You buy a bottle of water, and that bottle of water is going to cost you $1. Okay, and then you go across the street to Sam's Club. You can get a case of water for $3. Now, that is what we call a margin model, where they mark up the price and charge you that margin, versus the membership model like Sam's Club or Costco, where you pay a membership fee and then that gives you access to all the stuff they have in the store. So that's how we get that model. We have a membership model versus a margin model. And then it comes with this thing we call a dream price promise. And that dream price promise is this: if you join our club, book a trip, and you happen to find that trip apples to apples for cheaper than what we can offer it, we're going to refund you your money and send you on that trip for free, because we want to provide you with a superior experience, and we stand by the fact that our curated content and our price point, our value is the best around. All right. So you're going to have an in-destination support person, and that's going to be somebody whose job it is to take care of you while you're on vacation. Okay, that's their job, is to make sure that you have a superior quality experience. That's all they're there for. Okay, so let me show you another one here. All right, and so we want you to really kind of check off your bucket list, because here's what's happening. We're going to have 3 different membership levels to choose from. That's what my friend just showed me. We have 3 different membership levels: a basic, a gold, and a platinum. And I'll show you how that works in a second. And then every single dollar that you pay into our club will come back to you in the form of to travel with. And so that's what we want you to do. Is we want you to be able to literally download an app, become a member, create your bucket list, and start checking it off. And then our company has embedded in our app, we kind of crowdsource the idea of dream trips, because we're going to look on the back end and see, oh my goodness, a lot of people want to take a vacation to Tahiti. Maybe we should book a trip around it. And then we're going to book a dream trip around your bucket list. All right. So let me show you another some other examples of some of our trips. But first, let me explain something to you. A lot of travel suppliers are going to do their pricing per person because it looks better. All right. We don't believe in those kind of gotchas. So I'm going to show you some prices that are per person and the total price. And in our dream trip membership, the price is based on double occupancy, because that's how they calculate things like airport transfers and food and all that kind of thing. And children are priced separately, but they're often free or reduced, and the membership covers your entire family. All right. And unless it's indicated, the trips don't include airfare, because it'd be hard to kind of set a consistent price that way. Now, a lot of the trips, like I said, don't include airfare, but we have a solution for that. All right. And I'll show you that here shortly. So let's just dive right into it. San Francisco, California, 4 days, 3 nights, $698 for 2 people. And you can apply up to 50 reward points for that dream trip. And those reward points will come as a portion of your membership fees that I'm going to show you in a minute, that will let you reduce the price of that vacation even more. Okay. You've got the Maraval residences in Nuevo Vallarta, Mexico for $1,318, and you can apply up to 200 points off of that, making that trip a little over $1,100 for 5 days, 4 nights at a 4-diamond luxury resort. Now, these aren't just suites, okay? These are 2, 3, and 4 bedroom residences, they call them, that have 2 or 3 bathrooms. It's going to give you a beautiful view. It's going to give you, just a ton of amenities, okay? And so, where else can you book a 4-diamond vacation resort for $1,100 for 5 days? All right. $500 to go to cruise the Caribbean for 6 days and 5 nights. You can apply up to 100 points off of that trip. And the way that our points work is 1 point equals $1. So that's like subtracting $100 off the cost of that vacation. All right. Dubai, 5 days, 4 nights in Dubai. Dubai should be, well, it's on my bucket list at least. Your bucket list may be different than mine, but my goodness, I got to get myself to Dubai just because it looks beautiful. All right. 5 days, 4 nights, $1,456. And you can subtract 360 points, again, equal to $360 off of the cost of that vacation. Lahaina, Hawaii, 5 days, 4 nights, $1,718. Subtract 330 off of that trip. And for those of you who love sports, we have the Masters, we have the World Cup, we have the Super Bowl, we have the playoffs, we have all of these sports trips that we do, and we do pretty much every major sporting event you can think of. We have a dream trip to it. This particular trip here, 5 days, 4 nights to the Final Four. All right, you get the hotel, you get the behind the basket or the tickets, you get the Final Four Fan Fest, you get the Guardians of the Game, you get all this content for $3,800, and you can take 990 points off of it. So you can almost literally subtract $1,000 off the cost of that trip. All right, and we want people to really experience our club. And so we understand that everyone may not be able to take a $3,800 vacation. However, you can be able to take what we call these welcome trips, which are great trips all over the country that are pretty much within driving distance to most places, within a few hours or several hours or so. You can fly there too, but they have them in the Midwest, like in cities like Chicago. They have them down south. They have them all over the place. So, and if you book your trip within the first 90 days, you get a special welcome member price. So, for example, a new member price going to New Orleans for 4 days and 3 nights, $219. Now you don't have to take that trip in your first 90 days. You only have to book it. Okay. And if you're past your 90 days, you can still take that trip. It's going to cost you a little bit extra, like $309 in this case, but you can apply up to 50 points on that trip as well for existing members. Now, New York, $249 per person, 4 days, 3 nights. $279 going to Las Vegas, includes a helicopter tour of the Las Vegas Strip. Okay, $279, 4 days, 3 nights there. So that's our club. All right, it is a membership. It is an invitation only travel and lifestyle club. All right, so that we offer roughly 5,000 vacations last year, and we're going to offer a little over 11,000 this year, and probably even doubling that next year. All right, so like I said before, there's 3 different membership levels. Our basic Dream Trips membership is going to get you access to all those trips. But then we have something more for folks. What do you do when you're not traveling? How do you have value in your membership when you're not traveling? Well, our solution to that is Dream Trips Gold. So first off, we're going to start with this. When you book a flight or a hotel or rental car or whatever, we have within our app and on a website, you can book it through your very own booking engine. And instead of going to Travelocity, Orbitz, Expedia, those places, you can book through your very own booking engine, and it's going to work like everything else except for a couple of major things. So I call it like a booking engine on steroids. It's going to come with a thing that we call Rate Shrinker. And Rate Shrinker works like this. If you book a flight, from the time you book your flight to the time you take off, the computer basically scours the internet looking for a cheaper price on your itinerary. Every time it finds it, it will rebook you at your itinerary at that lower price and put the difference back in your pocket, back on your credit card. Super, super cool. And then net rates for gold and platinum members, that basically is this. If you all travel is a commissionable product. Okay, so every time you book book travel on a website, someone's getting paid a commission. If you're a gold member, we're going to give you 50% of that commission to apply towards your travel. And if you're a platinum member, which I'll explain to you in a little bit, you get 100% of that commission. All right. So we want you to earn your way to a vacation. That's the basic. So we have our beautiful Dream Trips membership, but then we want you to earn your way to a vacation based on stuff you already do. You already shop, you already dine, you already refer. Wouldn't it be cool if you can eat yourself to a vacation? All right. So, and what happens is when you earn those points, they convert. $1 equals 1 point into your points cloud that you can use towards your vacations. Now, you already shop, as I said. We have thousands of online retailers in our online mall. We have Target, the Apple Store, Best Buy. We have sporting goods stores. We have Home Depot, all those stores where you can go through your online mall. It reroutes you to that store. You buy your stuff. They often have in-store pickup. So you buy your stuff. What you're going to get often is a discount because you're a member of our club, and you're going to earn something we call Rovia bucks to do what? To travel with. Okay. So that's super cool there. Now you already dine out. We want you to eat your way to a vacation. Okay. We have this in select cities right now, major cities, with testing the content or testing the technology. And what happens here is you go to your favorite restaurant. If that restaurant does business with us, you can literally look in your app and do a points estimator, and you can see how much money that you're spending for your meal, and it'll tell you how many points you earn towards your vacation. So in this case, this person spent $100 and they earned 40 Dream Trip points to go travel with. Okay. With our daily local global, you also get dining and entertainment. You get discounts on theater tickets, on shows, on concerts, on all those kinds of things, and you can earn up to 30% cash back in Rovia bucks to go travel with. All right. We also have a concierge, which is like a 24/7 virtual personal assistant. You put these guys to work, and there's more things than they can do than they cannot. It's an amazing service. Okay, so as a member, and only our members will get access to this app. Okay, so you can find it in your app store and you can download it, but you cannot look at the content unless you're a member. It's an exclusive thing. So when you become a member, you can log in, you can see your see our vacation inventory, you can book a vacation, you can book a flight, you can look for restaurants, and then it even has this embedded social media function where when you book a vacation, it'll show you a lot of the people who are going to be taking that trip, and then you guys can meet each other and connect. If you have kids, or kids can meet, have things for them to do like that. So then the last piece of this, guys, is we have what we call our World Ventures Foundation, where we literally work with kids causes all over the globe, because we also have a heart to serve, and we really want to give back. So just as a for instance, we have built so far in Guatemala 100 what we call bottle schools, which are eco-friendly schools, where we are changing the educational system of that country. We have dream courts in cities all across the area where we go into neighborhoods and we build safe recreation, safe basketball courts. We've raised $5 million to date for kids causes, and over 25,000+ hours of volunteers annually. Okay, so that, guys, that's our club. So here's the thing. Here's the price, because that's what I wanted to know, and you guys are probably waiting for that part. So here you go. To become a member of Dream Trips, to get the access to our vacation club, is going to cost you $100 one time and $25 a month. If you want to do a little bit more and get some more value daily and around town, if you become a gold member, that's going to cost you $200 and $50 a month, and that's going to get you the things I told you about there, and $300 if you're platinum, and $100 a month. For those people who can afford it, platinum to me is the ultimate no-brainer, because you get emergency evacuation assistance. You can apply up to 20% more of those reward points. You get a telemedicine service. You get identity theft resolution. You get roadside assistance. You get a thing called telemedicine, which works, which is phenomenal if you've heard of it. So, and every dollar you pay, again, goes into the cloud for you to travel with. So your initial enrollment fee, you can use that right away. So if you have 200 points because you're a gold member, you can use 200 points right away. And then that $50 a month goes into your points cloud. And on your anniversary date, we give that back to you as well. So, and then we have this wonderful special promotion going on, which I'll tell you about in just a quick second here. But you already also refer your friends. And when you do, we're going to reward you with more points to travel with. And if you decide that you have 4 friends who want to go on vacation with you, and they become members of our club, as a thank you, our company is going to waive your monthly fees for as long as you have 4 active customers. Okay, so we call it our Get 4, Pay No More promotion. And even though your monthly fees are gone, we still put the equivalent amount of points equal to your monthly fees in your bank every single month. So for me, as a platinum member, they put $100 in my platinum rewards account every single month, and on my anniversary date, they give me $1,200 points to go play with, to travel with. It's super cool. All right. So guys, we have over 1 million members worldwide right now. We are growing like crazy. And because people want to save money, they want to have a superior experience, and we're going to do social anyway. So what we want you to do, the person who invited you, thank them, because they think enough of you to share with you this idea, and they want to have fun with you, and they want to travel with you. So we want you to, if you choose to become a member, start checking off your bucket list. So get back with the person who invited you and say, yep, give me that basic one, or give me whatever level fits your budget is completely cool. Because here's the deal, the world's a book, and those who don't travel only read one page. Okay. And if God wanted me to stay in Ames, Iowa, he wouldn't have created Tahiti. He wouldn't have created Hawaii. He wouldn't have created Miami. He wouldn't have created the Rocky Mountains. If he wants me to stay here, then all of that will be lost. Okay. So guys, I'm going to introduce a couple of people to you who have taken these trips. And so I want you to hear kind of their experience. So first, I'm going to start with my good buddy Licardio. You there, bro?
Yeah, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, my name's Cardio. Like I said, I saw this about 2 years ago. Just came back from Canada, Toronto, Ontario. Was up there Tuesday, got back Tuesday. We were there, my wife and I. The hotel was amazing. We stayed at the Westin Harbor Castle right off Lake Ontario. We were on the 27th floor, which is one floor below the penthouse. King size suite, with the Chase lounger, you name it, the nice bathroom, the whole nines. Had breakfast every day. My wife and I, which was about $25 a person, they threw that in for us. Had $70 in room credit. Got a tour bus. They chartered a tour bus. We drove up to Niagara Falls. Took a boat tour out on Niagara Falls. They fed us lunch that day. Took us to a college, the Niagara College. They grow their own vine. They have their own vineyard. They did a wine tasting, taught us how they grow their grapes and what they do, the whole process. It was just an amazing trip. I mean, I would have never been able to do something like that. And that trip would have cost us over $1,500 outside of this idea, but my wife and I only paid $538 for the whole trip, not counting the flight, but yeah, for the hotel and everything. Amazing.
Wow. Okay, that's a fantastic. Thank you for sharing that. $538 to go to Toronto. That's a good deal any day of the week. So you guys, like I showed you in that picture before, my wife and I have taken several of these trips. One of my favorite ones, I like cruises just because I get to get away and the phone doesn't ring and that kind of thing. But my wife and I took our 4 kids and my mother-in-law. The 7 of us took a 6-night Caribbean vacation to 3 ports in the Caribbean. And we had a private excursion. We had a private party for our Dream Trip members. They threw one of the members a birthday party. We had some giveaways. And we snorkeled. So we were on this, on this private resort when we got to the island, where it was just our members on this resort for a few hours, where they fed us, and then we snorkeled and had a great time there. So, and I paid for all the 7 of us completely $1,200 for that vacation for 7 people. I can't even do that in my house for a week. Okay, so the idea is amazing, guys. Hop in, get your sign, and take some trips. So, but I'm going to transition now to this next part, okay? And this next part's optional. And this part may be for you, may not be. Either way, it's completely cool with us. You don't have to participate in this next part to be a member of the clubs, to be completely clear. But for those of you who are looking for something more, this idea might be for you. So let me ask you a question, all right? So you guys have cell phone insurance, you have car insurance, you have life insurance, right? So I'm assuming you're nodding your head yes, because you have all those things. Okay. Now, how many of you have income insurance? All right. So income insurance is income you have that's not just tied to your one job. You have, you have residual income. So why not have some, or residual bills? So why not have some residual income? So this is an opportunity for you to partner with our company, if you so choose, to also share this idea and earn some commissions off of it. Okay. So, and the reason why you may want to consider that is because this is the right time to get involved in an idea like this. All right. So what if you can get involved in an idea that's way past the test phase and that's growing like gangbusters in the biggest industry on the planet? Travel is an $8 trillion with a T, $8 trillion a year industry, and expected to double over the next decade. Okay. And you can start a home-based business with very low overhead in a phenomenal industry with a company that we are literally the world's leader in travel and direct sales. Okay. And it becomes a perfect plan B, and you don't have to be tied to a schedule. All right. And that's what's cool. So think about things we take for granted nowadays, like not having to pay for long distance. Okay. Once upon a time, some of us on this call have paid for long distance where you had to wait till nights and weekends, and because it was cheaper, and you maybe even had to call collect or something crazy like that. But then Skype came along and said, let's do away with that. And you can do video calling or audio calling over the internet. And so companies like Skype and other cell phone companies have completely shut down long distance. Now, Uber. If you've taken an Uber, you know how cool of an experience it is. It's way better than a taxi service. You can pay with an app on your phone, door-to-door service, and it's a good way to move around town. Same thing with video stores. There are maybe a couple hanging on every now and then, but the video stores have kind of gone the way of the dodo bird. All right, because Netflix and other companies like it came in and completely changed the game, and now you will have your kids, if you have children, your kids are never ever going to know what it's like to go stand in a video store on a Friday night, look at a wall full of hundreds of videos in your title, and have not one single one of them available for rent. They're not going to have to face that because they can go on their phone and they can watch a movie whenever they feel like it. Okay. So we are innovating in that way in the travel industry. We are completely disrupting the travel industry, and we have lots of accolades to prove it. Okay. So if you partner with us, our company, World Ventures, is the name of the company that markets this membership, the Dream Trips membership. We're based out of Plano, Texas, just outside of Dallas. Over 700 plus employees. We do business in every state of the union and 27 countries, and you have great support. So, guys, we're the second fastest direct selling company on the planet, second fastest growing direct selling company on the planet. Okay. And we are in the top 20% of the Inc. 5,000 fastest growing private companies. So we are doing something that is incredibly special. And so if you partner with us, you are partnering with an amazing, amazing brand. But let's be completely clear about this. This is an opportunity to start your own business. It's not magic beans, okay? So you will have the support and the structure to completely guide you along your way, but your success is in your own hands. You're in business for yourself, but not by yourself. You're going to have to be coachable and teachable, be dedicated, show some personal effort. But even if you have a couple of hours a week, you can do something pretty special in an idea like this because of our model. So $100 one time and $20 a month allows you to become a representative with our company. And we're going to give you a very proven path to success. We've got great tools that you can use, and we'll teach you how to do it. Okay, first off, you're going to get a website that works anywhere in the world. You can literally send your friends who are all over the globe in any country that we do business. You can send them to a website. They can go in there. They can click that number 2 there. They can watch a video, and they can click sign up right there without you having to be in the room. And then you can help them, show them about their membership. Okay, we have world-class training events. When you think about training, I'm pretty sure you don't think about it like this. Okay, for me, I thought about training in this boring kind of stuffy kind of thing. Not like this. We're a travel company, so our trainings are in destination cities all over the globe. Or not but we also have all of our domestic trainings are all over the country. So we were in Miami a couple of months ago. We're going to be in Las Vegas in October, and a bunch of us will about probably 15,000 or more will descend on Las Vegas, and we will have business building, life development, meet some new people, enjoy the city, and have a fantastic time. Okay, so now let me talk to you about kind of how and why this idea is special. How many of you have heard of Mark Zuckerberg? Well, if you're paying attention, probably most of you have. He's the founder of Facebook. Okay, Mark Zuckerberg is the youngest billionaire in history. Now, he became a billionaire off of connecting people. Now, he became a billionaire off of your content, off of your pictures, your likes, your shares, your crazy cat videos, all that kind of stuff. He became a billionaire by that content. Now, think about how many friends you have on Facebook. Okay, some of you may have a few hundred, some of you may have a few thousand. When's the last time Mark Zuckerberg cut you a check for all that content you created for him? Probably never, right? So in this idea, you can literally earn an override of the monthly fees being paid in your referral network. You refer this idea to some friends who refer it to some friends who refer it to some friends, and the bigger that network gets, the more your income grows. That's the simple version of our idea. All right. So let's just start by, let's say you become a member and want you to earn a profit. Okay. So here's how that works. All right. You have 3 customers you put in a 28-day period. The company's going to pay you $100, which is just a personal sales bonus. Okay. Nothing to retire on just yet, guys, but it starts to trickle in and then it turns into a pour and then it turns into a tsunami. All right. So you do a little bit more. You put in 4 customers. We're going to waive your monthly fees. So now your membership and your business are free. And if you do a little bit more beyond that, if you refer 6 customers in a 28-day period, the company's going to pay you $250 in personal sales bonuses, and even up to about $450 in our compensation model. All right. So if you do a little bit more, and let's say you enroll 6 of your friends and family who want to take some trips with you as customers, not as reps, as customers, and you help each one of them refer one more person, then you earn what we call our lifestyle bonus. So I'm going to base this example off of our membership sales of the gold membership. If you and your network get 12 gold sales in a month, you're going to start earning what we call a lifestyle bonus. It starts off, in addition to the other bonuses you earn, at $300 all the way up to $900 a month, each month that you qualify. All right. So, and then the income potential grows up and up and from there. If you can build 2 buckets of business, it's like dropping marbles in a bucket. Okay. And so here's how that works. If you have Bob and Kim, you have a couple of friends, and you guys start sharing the idea together, the more that grows, the more your income grows. So if you have, let's say, you and a few of your friends, and that turns into 30 customers in each of these buckets, the company's going to pay you on average about $600 a month. So think about how much an extra $600 a month would do to your family budget. And doing something like this part-time. You can do it part-time, spare time, whatever makes sense for you. Okay. Now what's going to happen is those folks, they're going to be taking trips and telling their friends. So when that network grows to 90 customers in each bucket, on average, the company is going to pay you about $1,300 a month. All right. And again, it goes up and up from there. And because your friends are going to be taking trips and sharing the idea with their friends. And when they do, it grows. It's like pouring little drops of gas on a fire, and then the bigger the fire, the more the burn. So 200 customers in each bucket, the company is going to pay you about $4,000 a month on average, and it goes up and up from there, all the way including 150 grand a month and more. So let's say this is our income. Actually, this is our income disclosure statement. All right. So here's what happens. This shows the average incomes of people in our club who made a check. Okay. Now, if you look at the bottom there, and I love it because it's not fine print. It's right there for you to look at. Roughly, only about 20%, 22.24% of people who were members and reps actually earned a check. Okay, because maybe the other people are just kind of worried about traveling. But this works like a gym membership. All right. If you become a member of a gym, the weights don't push themselves. You got to go in there and you got to put in the work. But if you put in the work, you will reap the rewards. Okay. So if you go kind of down halfway down the line at director on the far left where it says director, and then you take that and go all the way to the right, directors earned an average of about $25,000 a year doing something like this part-time. So what I'm not telling you is that it's guaranteed. What I am telling you is it's possible. Okay. And as I said, there's no guarantees of success. Your success and your failure, like anything else, okay, depends on your skill, your own personal effort. When you started your job, you probably weren't very good at it the first couple of days. But if you've been on your job for months or years, you get better and better and better at it. And at this point, you can probably do it in your sleep. Okay. So the incomes we discuss are a result of our product sales and not representative fees. So there's no income at all made on getting people to sell this. All your income is made on helping people get a Dream Trip membership and go on a freaking vacation. It's the most crazy thing ever. So join the movement, guys. If you're ready to get started, it's going to cost you $100 one time for a basic membership, $200 for a gold, $300 for platinum, $100 a month for platinum, $50 a month for gold, and $25 a month for the basic membership. And again, every dollar you pay goes in and comes back to you where you travel with. And if you refer 4 customers, you don't pay a monthly fee. All right. Your representative system is $100 one time and $20 a month. And the same thing applies. Enroll 4, pay no more. Now, I was talking to you guys about innovation. Here's one more way we have innovated. We have this thing called a smart card that is literally a computer the size of a credit card, where you can load in all your loyalty cards, credit cards, debit cards, and this thing is ultra secure. It is waterproof. It works with an app on your phone. It acts as your hotel key. And right under that little green light you see is actually a screen where when you load your credit cards on it and you go to your store and shop, you can scroll through there and pick the cards you want to swipe that transaction with, and then they swipe it on their machine. It doesn't need any other special technology. It works just like a credit card, but it's basically a computer. It's fantastic. Now, we are the only people who have this technology. We're the only folks who have this card. So let's say you're at a store and you use this card. Don't you think that would start a conversation? Now, if somebody wants that card, they can only get it from you. They can't go buy it online. They can only get it from a representative. So as you think about that, think about how many people who may want a membership and that card, and then all of that volume will count for you toward income. It's a fantastic concept. So what we want you to do, guys, like I said before, join the movement, all right? If this part's for you, that's fantastic. So I'm going to bring on another couple of people to let you hear their story, and then, guys, we're going to be done. So let's start with Gina. Gina, you there?
Yeah, I'm here. Can you hear me?
I sure can.
All right. I'm Gina Gayhart. I'm 32. I work for the city of Kansas City, Missouri. And me and my husband, we saw World Ventures 14 months ago. And my thing was I didn't have time to do the business. I work 40 plus hours a week. I'm a full-time wife, mother of 3, and I was 3.5 months pregnant. But one thing I knew was people make time for what they want to do. And if I didn't do something different, I was going to keep getting the same results. So me and my husband have personally signed up 20 of our friends and family that has now grown into a network of 90 people. 3 months in, we got our fees waived. 10 months in, we hit the lifestyle bonus. 13 months in, we hit the lifestyle bonus again. 1 month after that, we hit the first level of residual income with the company. Thank you, World Ventures.
I love that story. Thank you so much. So listen, next up we got my friend Dre on the call. Dre, you there, bro?
Yes, sir. I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I sure can. Take it away.
Yes, sir. My name is Andre Roberson. I'm 33 years young, Kansas City, Missouri. I saw this information about 2 years ago. At the time, I was owning my own business and working a full-time job. So I was the person that was working 85 hours a week. Marriage was not going well, all that good stuff. But I decided I wanted to do something different to get my time back because I wanted to get home to my 2 little boys and my wife. So got involved with this idea. 3 weeks in, I got my fees waived. 4 months in, we hit that car bonus. We've been hitting it every month ever since. 6 months in, we hit the first level of residual income. And we just been sharing this thing. We shared it with 31 people. That turns grown to an organization of over 140 people. So thank you, World Ventures.
Awesome. Thanks a lot, Dre. Appreciate it. So listen, guys, the idea works. Like I told you before, when I saw this idea, I saw it 6 years ago. For the first 4 years, I just kind of dabbled and sat on it mostly. I took some trips and went to some trainings and had some fun, but I didn't really, truly get after it until about 2 years ago. Okay. So just in the last 2 years alone, I have shared this idea with about 10 people, and that has turned into a network of close to 350, almost 400 people right now in just the last 2.5 years. So, and now the company gives us a pretty nice size residual income check every single month that allowed us to do some extra things like it pretty much replaced my wife's income. It allowed her to be able to take the summer off and spend it with my son in New York because he had a dance thing at a major dance company in New York. So without this company, she would not have been able to do that because she would have had to go to work every day, 50 hours a week. This company helped her change that and helped us make some different choices financially. Okay, so you guys, that's about it for the call tonight. Thank you so much for being on. What we want you to do next is get back with the person who invited you and just let them know, yes, I want the membership. or yes, I have a question or two, or I want both. You can be a rep or a member or both. Okay. Now, say yes, say no, don't say maybe, because maybes are weird. You're still going to see your friends at church. You're still going to see them at work. You're still going to see them at the family barbecue. Just say something. All right. That's all I want you to do. So, guys, thank you so much for being on the call. We hope this idea has been as beneficial to you as it has been to us. Thank you and have an awesome, awesome weekend. Take care and God bless.